this video, we're going to continue talking about Ansible, which we're going to mainly focus on how to write a playbook. On the previous one, we talked about how to configure Ansible, and we also talked about haddock, which is a command that we write for quick texting, and the syntax is written in the following inventory-m ping for the module. So haddock is great for quick texting of whatever while you are trying to verify. It's a command that you don't usually run multiple times. So in the playbook, the syntax of the playbook is going to be in this form where you will start with the 3 dashes, and then the name here is what you put whatever what your entire playbook will be doing. Here you specify the host that you will have, and down here you're going to list all the different tasks that you have. And we're going to do a couple examples so that we can see how it is. And pay attention on how the different spaces is set over here is very critical and very important for Ansible. So to make it easy on you so that you're not going to have a hard time with all those spacing and indentation, it will be a good advice to modify your .vimrc file. So in vimrc file, you're going to put some settings here that are going to help you make it easy for you when you work with Ansible. So here I'm going to set some numbers. Every time that I'm going to open a file, you're going to give me the number of each line, and I'm going to set for auto indentation, and I'm going to set for tab stop, and here I'm trying to set the tab stop to 2. So every time I will press tab, it's going to jump 2 line. I'm going to set ls ls equal 2 as well. And also gonna set C. I forgot, but I need to set CUC and CUL. So as I see here, those are all the different settings that I need to be pretty much comfortable while working with Ansible. So I'm going to save that. And if I go back inside my vimrc file, here I see that I have the number of 6 line, and I have this, I believe it's horizontal line here, which is going to help me to have a good view of how things will be set up. And I also have this other line, we're going to make things quite easy for me. So I'm going to save that. Let's try to write a playbook in which we're going to install an HTTP package. So I'm going to vim into the file httpd.yaml. So YAML is very important. It's actually how Ansible will recognize that this is an Ansible file, and in here there's going to be some playbook. So, and in here I'm starting with my 3 line, and I'm going to specify whatever the entire thing that my playbook would be doing, which here is I'm going to install a sample HTTPD site. And this is what my entire playbook is going to do. So here I'm going to press a tab, and it's going to jump 2 lines automatically because I set the indentation to 2. So in here I need to specify the host, and I'm trying to get the host all, and I'm going to set the task. And as I go down, I press the indentation again, it jumped to 2 lines. And the first task that I'm trying to do here, I'll say I'm trying to install HTTPD. This name here is very important because this is what is going to help me to do all the troubleshooting when I'm going to have a specific issue. Ansible going to use this to let me know at what level I'm actually encountering an issue. So at this level, I'm specifying the module that I'm trying to use, which in this case, I'm going to try to use a DNF module. And like I was saying on the previous video, you don't have to memorize all those modules because there's so many of them. And every time that you are trying to use a module, you can go in and check the documentation, which in this case, we can do a Ansible doc, and we are trying to use the DNF module. And, it's going to give you like the main page for the module that they are trying to use. And as you say here, everywhere that you will see equal, that means that option need to be, is going to be mandatory. So what I need to do here, I'm just going to jump at the end of the line. And most of the time, there's always going to be some sample on how to use a particular module. As you came here, you have a name, Ansible module. Module here is DNF, and we need to set the name to HTTP and the state to latest. Depending of what task you are trying to do, you can always look at the module, or look at the configuration that's gonna fit your need. So here, DNF. And the next line here, I will do name what is that I'm trying to install is HTTPD, and what is the state that I'm trying to have is to latest. So as you are installing it, I would like you to install the latest version of HTTPD, and that is basically how a basic syntax of Ansible would look like. So I save this. To run that script, you use the command Ansible Playbook, and then you specify the name of your playbook. So here, as you can see, it's giving me the name of my entire place, what I was supposed to do, and it's going to gather some facts, which we're going to talk about more later. And as it's gathering all those facts and everything, now it's doing the installation at this level. So it's installing everything that we are probably going to need to do our work. HTTPD message here. No package HTTPD. I guess I mistyped it, and as I was telling you, HTTPD. HTTPD. And here, and I'm going to rerun my playbook again. So now we can see that there's a change that have happened, and the package have been installed successfully. So if I want to do a quick check if that was installed, I can always do a Ansible or -I for inventory and -M, and I will use the share module. And here -A, I will do which HTTPD. And here is giving me feedback that is quite installed. So you guys are seeing I did use the shadow command to check if that was installed successfully, but it won't make sense for me to write a playbook just to check this right quick. So basically, that's how the quick syntax of Ansible is written as. and I can add another task. To add a second task here, I need to make sure that I need to be at the same line on where I started the initial task before. And here now I will specify a name. What am I trying to do as a second step? Maybe I would like to start the service of that HTTPD. So start a HTTPD service. And for that here, I'm going to need to use the module service, and as I'm using the module service, the name of the module, the name of the service that I'm trying to start here is HTTPD, and the state that I'm trying to have is going to be started. And as I'm always, that is going to be a colon, not a semicolon. And as I'm saying earlier, we can always do an Ansible doc on the service module to see some example on how to use the service module so that we can quite replicate it easily. Right. And here, this is where we are. We are trying to start the service if it's not started. And that's how the example that we can use to make it happen. Before I run it, let me also use my Haddock to check what is the status on it by doing a systemctl status on HTTPD. And as we can see here, systemctl status made a typo mistake again. We can see here the service is not started on both of the machines. So I will use my Ansible playbook. I'm doing an Ansible playbook on HTTPD. So Ansible is idempotent, meaning if the state of whatever what we are looking at is already being set, as here we see that Apache or HTTP is already installed on this two machine, Ansible doesn't have to do it anymore. That's why it's using the Python on the other side to see what is the state of this package that we are trying to start. Since you already have it, it doesn't do anything. And the next step now is going to go ahead and is going to start that service. And we can use our Haddock command to check now what's going to be the new status of it. As we can see, it has changed. So that's basically how you write basic Ansible playbook. As we will be working, we're going to go to some more and more other stuff that we're going to work on. Things that are quite important that I feel I need to mention is how to check if you have properly written the Ansible playbook so that you make sure and see where you can troubleshoot it. And you will have the syntax Ansible playbook, and you put to specify your playbook here, which is HTTPD, and you can have the syntax check is going to help you see if the syntax of your playbook is properly written. And here we don't see any mistake. That means everything is good here. But let's say if there was maybe an error over here at the level of services, we put the wrong space, as we know that Ansible is picky about the spaces and everything. If we run again the syntax step, now it's going to tell us like there's something that is going wrong, and it's giving us an idea of where the problem could be. There's another package that I like to use the most, which is you need to install first. Install yum lint which is also a good package to check if the setting of our playbook is well written. So you just do a yam linked on HTTPD, and here it's going to tell you, give you an idea of what line you are having your error, and from there you can easily read what type of error is there within in that particular line via into HTTPD plus the line is 10. It's going to take me there right away, and I know that I need to put the proper spacing. If I do again a YAML link, now it doesn't give me anything back, meaning my playbook is set perfectly. And there's also an Ansible dry run. So Ansible playbook, if I'm trying to run a play, so I need to specify my playbook here. And if I do the capital C, meaning it's going to run the playbook, but just checking like this is what was supposed to happen if you actually run that playbook normally. So which is the purpose of the capital C is quite helpful to make like a quick step or quick check on how your playbook is going to behave if actually you decide to run. So that was what I needed to share with you guys when it's come to how to write playbooks, and also how to make sure that you put the proper settings so that you will not gonna have too much headache as you will be writing playbooks and being a comfortable Ansible environment. So you guys practice it and have fun.